Okay, so let's get started. So my name is Amelia, and today I'm joined by Ash from LTK. In this 45-minute session, LTK will walk you through their new brand platform for influencer marketing and show how it's helping brands work with creators and more effectively and at scale. Now free to use, the platform provides deeper data insights and unlocks scalable gifting opportunities. We'll be focusing on how you can access LTK's full creator ecosystem, simplify gifting, and most importantly, understand the real impact creators are driving for your brand. During today's webinar, you'll see how to discover the right creators by identifying and rewarding top performers using LTK's data-led discovery tools. You'll learn how to scale your gifting campaigns more easily by sending multiple gifting offers at once. Track performance in real time so you know exactly which creators are driving meaningful results, and connect to Shopify to make your gifting strategy more efficient and scalable. We do have a Q&A open, so please feel free to drop any questions you have there. You may also see a poll or two from us, so please take part if you can. Just to note that this session is being recorded. We'll share the recording and the deck ASAP. With that, I'll hand over to Ash from LTK, who'll take you through the platform and the key takeaways for your creative strategy. Over to you, Ash.
Thank you so much, Amelia, for that super thorough introduction. I think you've hit all of the right points that we are going to cover today, and lovely to meet all of you on the call from wherever you're joining. You've taken out time here to be with us here and to listen to LTK. So thank you so much again. From the LTK team, we have Vish and I'm Ash. I'm from the brand partnerships team and I'm based in London. So today we're going to cover a bunch of different topics. We have a lot to go through, so let's quickly get started. Here's our plan for the day, just so you know what the roadmap is and what are the topics we're going to cover. We're going to do a quick introduction to LTK in case any of you are new to the platform. We're going to then talk about the new brand platform and the gifting tools that we have recently launched. And this is what we are going to spend a bulk of our time talking about today, which are really exciting tools that you as a brand now have access to grow and scale within the ecosystem. Then we're going to do a live platform demo. I'm actually going to show you what that platform looks like. And then we're going to do a quick round of Q&A. We received a lot of questions from you during the sign up. Thank you so much for sharing those. We will aim to address as many of them as possible in our session. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to drop them in the Q&A chat and we'll pick them up later. And lastly, we're going to cover some next steps and onboarding details. How do you get started? How do you activate your account on LTK? And then we can go from there. So let's get started. I'm sure some of you may be familiar with LTK. Maybe some of you have used the shopping app, but just to quickly introduce ourselves, LTK is one of the world's first creator marketing platforms, and we operate with a three-way marketplace connecting shoppers, brands, and creators together to fuel the creator commerce. We've been seeing some incredible momentum lately. So at the moment, we have about 45 million shoppers globally and 500,000 creators. And we're not just talking about any audience. A huge share of this audience is actually Gen Z and millennial shoppers who are the real drivers of trends and engagement. They are so switched on when they come to LTK. They come in with the intent to shop. And that's what sets LTK apart. So we have our main consumer shopping app, which is this one. This is how it looks like. If you've never seen it before, I would highly recommend you to download it from your app store. It's highly addictive and you will be shopping a lot thanks to us. So this is the app where we see about 7 million pieces of content being published annually, which are all shoppable and they cut through everything on social. The unique thing about LTK versus social is that the shopper feeds are not based on algorithms, but it's based on creators that they follow. So our consumers have 100% control over their feeds. And here are some of the brand partners across multiple categories that we work with frequently across fashion, beauty, luxury, and we also work with almost 8,000 multi-brand retailers. So this just gives you an idea of the volume and the size of the industry and the platform and the different brands, creators, and shoppers that we bring together in one marketplace. Now I'm going to quickly show you how do creators discover a brand on LTK and how do they link products in their content, because this is a very frequently asked question, especially for new brands. So this is what it looks like. When a creators, by the way, have their own app on LTK, which they use to manage their relationship with brands, where they can search for a brand, they can see the brand's commission rate. Then they click on that, they go to the website, and they will essentially find a particular product that they're interested in, add that to their LTK profile. And that's where the next time they publish a piece of content, a post or a video, they can add the link there. When a shopper clicks on it, using your event tracking links, a commission would be paid to the creator. And that's how this entire ecosystem works. So given the volume that we operate in, as you can imagine, things get very competitive. So how do you as a brand drive success on LTK? You have to essentially incentivize creators to keep featuring you in their content so more shoppers can engage with your brand, right? So your creators are the first step. That's who you start with. How do you incentivize creators? Through a bunch of different options. You can increase your CPA rates, your commission rates, offer them gifting, or work with them on paid partnerships. So all of these are things that we do here at LTK. But the gifting bit is what we will focus on most today, because that is the most low stake, low lift method for you to engage with LTK creators, test them out, and scale your program on LTK. The reason this is also super exciting and why we're hosting this webinar is because we have just launched these gifting tools about a few weeks back. So this is all very new and again shows a great potential for you to grow your program on LTK. So how do you do all of that? You do that using the LTK brand platform. This is like your dashboard that each brand has access to. This is where you can see your program stats. You can see your revenue, traffic, conversion rate numbers. You can also see a feature called leaderboard, which is where you can see who are your top creators driving traffic and revenue for you. And this is also what you use to discover new creators and offer them gifting. And that's what we're going to dive deeper into. So before I show you the platform and how does everything work, I just want to quickly touch on what is LTK's new brand gifting experience? Why is this important, right? So we've been working with creators for the last 15 years, and we have realized that creators do their best work when they've really had the chance to live with your product. They want to try it, they want to style it, they want to bring it into their everyday lives. And when they see a genuine fit, that's when they want to take a relationship further with a brand. You as a brand also get that opportunity to test a creator before you work with them on sort of like a paid partnership or you invest in them further. So that's why we built this new brand gifting experience, because creators are pretty much at the center of what we do. And the way you engage creators with gifting is through creator discovery. So what is creator discovery? It's essentially you finding the right creators who have the right signals on LTK so you can activate them using gifting, using CPA increases, using partnerships. So creator discovery is super, super important for you as a brand to grow within the ecosystem. And the new LTK platform gives you complete visibility into all of the creators that exist on LTK. So all of the 400,000 creators across the globe. All of this is possible without any fees or subscriptions because this platform is actually free. We don't have any monthly subscription cost. We don't have an onboarding cost. This platform is completely free. So any budget that you put into this platform goes directly in the hands of the creators. This platform gives you access to the industry's largest creator performance data set that we have been building for the last 15 years. As I mentioned, we have about 400,000 creators, all of which you can access using this platform. Brand gifting is essentially how you put all of the creator marketing efforts into work for you. And LTK is probably the only free platform that helps you turn gifting and seeding into full funnel creator activity and activation tool. So before we get into the platform, I have one quick thing to go through. Last one, I promise, which is a case study. And we're going to quickly talk about this brand called Z Supply, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. It's an elevated basics brand. They have some beautiful linen pieces coming up in summer that I definitely really need. So they have been using LTK for gifting for the last few weeks, and these are the results that they have seen so far. They've seen a 63% uplift in their LTK posts. They have seen an 86% uplift in traffic and a 173% uplift in GMV, which is sales driven on LTK for their brand. So this is proof that if you use the right tools, if you work with the right creators, you can turn gifting into a measurable growth channel for you as a brand. I know a few of you might already be doing seeding and gifting, but a lot of you might be doing it manually, which is you might be reaching out to a creator on Instagram, DM, getting their details, then shipping it out. Then you might be going in and checking, have they posted content or not? We want to make this into a repeatable, easy to scale method for growing your brand using the platform and the tools that we have. And Amelia had touched on Shopify earlier. So we also have an option for you to automate shipping and fulfillment using Shopify. So we're going to walk you through all of that now. So let me just quickly switch my screen and show you the platform.
Also, for everyone, we have added a live poll in the chat. So if you want to go down there and vote, that will be super helpful. Thank you. Thanks, Ash.
Thanks, Vish. That was a nice break for me to take water. Okay, everyone. So this is what your new brand platform will look like. So once your account is active on LTK, you will get access to this platform. Now, this is a dummy account that we use for a lot of testing. So don't focus on the $0 sale that you see here. Your numbers will obviously be very different based on how your program is performing on LTK. But I'm going to walk you through what all of the sections that we have here today. So this is the home page. This is where you'll be able to see a quick snapshot of your last 90-day performance in terms of sales, conversion, traffic, and linking. You'll also see a few creator lists that are automated using AI. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into it. But as a brand, when you get started with LTK, the sections you have to really care about are these two, which is under your analyze section. This is LTK 360 and leaderboard. So LTK 360 is where you will be able to dive deeper into your program performance numbers across all of the metrics that I just mentioned earlier. You can essentially change your date range. You can pull out your program performance numbers across any date range that you'd like to. So this is your go-to place to see and understand how your brand is performing. And leaderboard is where you'll be able to see your creator list. So who are the creators driving traffic and revenue for you? This is not just a top 10, top 20 creator list. Any creator that has ever driven any traffic to you is going to show up in this section. And when you want to see what is the content that they're posting, you'll be able to see that under top performing posts. And you can also see more stats for each piece of content. You will have a link to go and see that post on LTK and analyze what are the products that have been tagged. So you have a lot of data here to understand how your brand is doing. But what we're going to focus on today is this section, which is creator discovery. So this is the section that gives you access to all 400,000 creators on LTK globally that you can start reviewing, sorting through, shortlisting, and activating using gifting, DMs, anything that, how you want to grow your program. So I'm going to show you how you can actually use these tools. So we have a few filters here, which is all super intuitive. It's very easy to use, but essentially you can look for creators that have the right signals based on your brand brief. So let's say you want to look for creators that are based in the UK. You can look for creators that are based in a city or a country. So you can also look for creators based in London. You can then use these tools here to look for creators that have a certain threshold of, let's say, Instagram followers or engagement rate. You can also look for creators that have a higher percentage of a certain age bracket, because sometimes brands want to target a specific audience demographic. You can also look for creators that have mentioned a competitor brand in the last 90 days. So if that brand is live on LTK, you'll be able to see creators that are interacting with and engaging with that brand, which again gives you an idea of, here are a set of creators that are working for my competitor. Probably they can work for me as well. Let me try to reach out to them. And then lastly, you can also look for creators based on the sale that they are driving for all brands on LTK. Because on this platform, if you think about it, just a creator's follower metric, for example, is not enough for you to understand if that creator is going to work for you or not. What do you need to find out? If they are commercially viable or not. And the way to do that is to find out what are they driving for all brands. You can actually search for creators using that filter. When you get started as a new brand and you slowly start to see creators linking with you, mentioning you in content, tagging your products, you can start using this filter to find out who these creators are. You can see them under leaderboard as well, where we were earlier, but you can also see them here. So if you select creators that are driving link, traffic, revenue, and LTK posts, you'll be able to see all of them that are currently engaging with you as a brand. Now, if you want to find new creators that have never featured you in their content, that are completely fresh and fresh with potential for you, you essentially select all of this and click on exclude creators. So this is going to give you a list of fresh creators that show you the potential of expanding within this section. Another quick call out. When you join LTK, if you are used to working with a few creators as a brand, and if they are not on LTK, you can also invite them using this button here on top called Invite New Creators. This will take you to a page where you can upload a creator list that will go to our creator success team, and we can actually get those creators on LTK, and you can start tracking your performance with them, as well as tracking what they are tagging and all of the content and the traffic they're bringing in. Now, when you have used some of these filters and you have figured out what your creator list is, you can move it to a list view and you can see the metrics at a glance. You can also sort this list using followers or engagement rate or conversion rates. And then you can essentially start shortlisting them and adding them to a list. So I'm going to, for example, give this a name, like a test list, and that will all be saved under this section, which is called My List. So anyone in your team that logs into the platform can see the same list. So you can all be on the same page. I'm going to show you one interesting thing about this list and creator shortlisting before I show you the gifting bit, which is here. So when you've added some creators into a list, you can actually see what have they driven for all brands on LTK. So you can see that these 20 creators have driven 20 million in sales for all brands. And you can compare what have they driven for you. And that shows you the size of the pie and how much further you can push these creators to work for you and to, expand and build that relationship further. You can also see those stats on a per creator basis here. So you can also see the average order value that they are driving for you, for example. So a lot of tools, a lot of stats, a lot of numbers, definitely a lot for you to work with. Now, once you have figured out who the right creators are that you want to work with and you want to start gifting, this is how you can set up a gifting campaign on LTK. So essentially you go to quick manage and you go to quick campaigns and you can set up a gifting campaign here. So I'm going to show you what that flow looks like. But before I do that, another question that we keep getting is what is the difference between a quick campaign and a custom campaign? So custom campaign are essentially your flat fee creator content campaigns that currently are not live on the platform. We have an execution team that helps brands run these through casting, fee negotiations. All of that goes through a team at the moment, not through the platform. So if you are interested in that, please let us know and we'll put you in touch with the right person. But at the moment, quick campaigns is what is live on the platform for gifting. So I'm going to show you how that works. So go to create campaign. Give this a name which is creator friendly because this is what creators will see when they get your gifting offer. So I'm going to call this June summer launch. And then you select gift and then you go to the next page. I have already set up a June summer launch before. Great. Let's call it 2 and then we select gift and then you go to the next page. Now, this is where you can add any information that you want to share with the creators about the products that you're gifting. If you have a new collection that is launching, you can add it all under the description here. And then you can set up an offer expiration. As a new brand, when you're just getting started with it, our recommendation is for you to select no expiration so that creators have enough time to review your details, accept your offers. So set that up, and this is where you can actually see a preview of what creators are going to see when they get your gifting offer. A promo code here, this is actually optional. This is a promo code that creators can share with their audience and their shoppers to incentivize them to shop further, but this is completely optional. If you are interested in setting up a promo code, there are some details linked here, so you can check this out in terms of what is the right process to set that up. Now, once you've done that, you go to the next page, which is where you can connect your Shopify account. Now, there's two flows to this if you are a Shopify brand versus if you're not a Shopify brand. If you are a Shopify brand and once you've connected your account to this platform, you'll be able to see your product catalog pulling through like this. It will show up exactly the same way as you have set it up in Shopify. So you can select the items that you want to gift. You don't have to open up your entire website, your entire product catalog to the creators. You can manage and control that really well. So select the products that you're interested in gifting. You can also set up a gifting cap here because some brands don't want to open up, let's say, your entire inventory or stock from your warehouse to the platform. So you can actually set up a gifting cap. Let's say I just want 25 pieces to be connected to this campaign for this to this campaign. So I'm just going to set up 25 and then move on. You also need to set up a maximum gifting value. So keep this as close as possible to your average order value so you can really incentivize creators to accept your gifting offers. If you are not using Shopify, the way to do this is either through a gift card or a 100% discount code, or you can also share a Google form where creators can share their product selections, their shipping, and then you can manually ship it out. It's really, really up to you in terms of how you want to manage the process, what is your team's bandwidth, but the platform is set up in a way to enable you to scale this and reduce manual effort as much as possible. So again, for non-Shopify, a bunch of different options. You can send out a 100% discount code through this gifting flow to all of the creators. So for example, to 10 or 20 creators, they receive the code, they place their own order on the website, and it gets shipped to them. That is an option. Or you can give them a gift card, or you can manually collect their details using the DM feature that we have. So a bunch of different ways to do that. Now, once you've set up a gifting value and you've selected your products, you go to the next page, which is where you will select the creators that you want to send this offer to. So remember, we had saved a list of creators under My Lists. So you essentially click on this plus button, that list will be uploaded here, and all of those creators will receive your gifting offers. Then you just review that and you send it out. So this is how the gifting flow looks like. And once you have sent it out, creators receive your offers. You can track what the acceptance rate and response rate is looking like. You can see how many creators have accepted your offers or that are still pending or have dismissed it. And once they start publishing content, you can also see stats around that here. So you can see the number of impressions that have been generated from their content, or the traffic or the sales that has been generated. You can also see a total count of creators that are part of your campaign. So creators that have accepted your offers and how many posts this has generated. Now, a quick reminder, gifting through this platform is still 100% obligation free. So it does not guarantee that the creators will publish content. And we have designed this in a way because, again, going back to what we had just said, we want them to have an authentic experience with your products. But using the tools, the filters that we saw at the start, you can find the creators who have the right signals. So it increases your likelihood of content being published if you go through the platform, because it's going through the platform, it's going through LTK. You can also look for creators that have opted into gifting using this button. So again, you're finding the creators that have the highest likelihood of sharing their experience with the brand authentically by tagging you, and then using all of these tools, you can actually track that. Now, going back to the gifting campaign, we saw how you can see top line stats over here. If you want to dive deeper into these stats, you can go to LTK 360. You can then select the gifting campaign here like this. It's going to show up under your campaign once it's active. And then you can see campaign stats on a per content piece level. So you can see awareness and traffic conversion stats, and you can also see stats for each creator that is part of your gifting campaign. So again, this makes it super simple for you to track if they have published content, how is that content performing, is it giving you the return, is it giving you good traction and traffic or not. So it's very easy to track. You don't have to manually go and check if the creators have published content or not. And because this is a new tool, of course, it has a lot of metrics. We also have a glossary section here where a lot of these terms are explained. So if you have any confusion at all, and for all of you in the team to be on the same page, you can always go in here and see what is meant by each term and metric that we have mentioned here. So that's about it. I'm going to go back into the deck we had, because just want to wrap up with what are some best practices and the tips and hacks that we have observed over the last few weeks that this has been live. Okay, so I think you should be seeing my deck now. Yes, Vish? Is that working? Yes, 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 awesome.
Sorry,
Okay.
I was on mute.
No, all good. Thank you so much. So to wrap up with everything that you've just seen, in summary, we just want to call out that gifting through the platform, it's the start of your relationship with creators. It is not the end goal. Gifting is how you start to test creators, to collect the right signals so that you can move those creators into longer term partnerships. As I mentioned, we have a bunch of different options to do this at LTK across ad packages, campaigns, events, but gifting is where it all starts. The second tip is that repeat gifting always beats one-off seeding. And this is super important for you to think about as you join LTK and you think about growing and scaling your brand over a longer period of time. This is a question we get asked a lot, which is, how do I scale my brand on LTK? How do I grow it? So the main thing to keep in mind is consistency. And if you do consistency with seeding, it makes sure you are consistently getting your brand out in front of the right creators, in front of the creators that you have tested enough and they're working for you, as well as new creators. So you continuously keep expanding within the ecosystem. So align your gifting activity with your commercial calendars, with your launches, with any special collections that you have coming up. So make sure it's all aligned. And then a couple of best practices in terms of creator behavior and things that we have observed. When you set up your expiration window while getting started, set up no expiration window so they have enough time to look at all of your details and accept your offers. Avoid a Friday outreach. Interestingly, we have seen a better acceptance rate if you send out offers at the start of the week versus on a Friday. And lastly, keep your gifting value as close as possible to your average order value, because that is a space that you want the creators to be in to incentivize them a little bit more. So I'm going to stop here. We have about 15 minutes left, and I'm just going to end with a few next steps onboarding details. But before we do that, let's look at a few questions, and we will then wrap up with next steps. So I'm just going to check in the Q&A box for any questions that we have. Okay, great. We have a few questions coming in. That's amazing. Thank you so much, guys. First question is, how does this integrate with Avon? Is this a portal within Avon? Okay, I see that we have responded.
Yes.
Okay, great. So that's good.
We might also we have another live poll. So if everyone that has joined the call would like to go to the chat and reply to the live polls, that would be amazing. Thank you all. Okay, so John is also asking about agency access. We will send you a link where you can submit on behalf of your client an application, and then we can get you set up.
So, okay, I'm just looking through. I think the team has answered pretty much everything, which is amazing. Okay, there's a question which is, do creators receive the gifting requests via the platform or to their emails? So creators have their own platform and dashboard to manage all of their activity with brands, just the way brands have this dashboard. In that creator app, they can see all of the brands, their commission rates, brands that are new to LTK, they can see all of this information. So when you send them a gifting offer, it goes to that platform. It also gives them a notification on their app, and they also get an email. So again, a lot of touch points for you to really get in front of the creators. Okay, I think a lot of the questions have been answered. I'm just going to quickly move to next steps, and then we can come back to if anybody has any other questions that we haven't yet covered. But essentially, in terms of next steps, if you haven't yet joined LTK, we have shared a link here, and we will also be sharing it in the recap. That's a form for you to share your affiliate ID and market and details with us. We will then be onboarding you to LTK. We don't have a onboarding fee or a subscription fee, but we do require a minimum 10% commission rate and a 30-day cookie window to onboard you to LTK. There was a question about LTK fee, so I'm just reiterating that. LTK takes a 30% fee on the commission rate you set up. So if you've set up a 10% commission rate, LTK is going to take 3%, and 7% is what creators will receive on any sale that they make. Once you've filled in the form that has been shared, we will move to a technical onboarding process, and the team will reach out to you if they require anything. And once your brand is live on LTK, you will then be able to log into the brand portal that we just saw. There's also a link for that. So it's a separate brand dashboard with a link. You'll have the link with you once you've set up your password, and you'll be able to log in and access all of the tools that you've just seen. Once you log in, I think there's a lot for you to start with, but as a guide, you can start using some of the creator discovery tools and the filters. You can start building creator lists. So you can start shortlisting creators based on the different product pillars you have or the launches you have coming up. Connect your Shopify account if you are integrated with Shopify. And then again, reach out to us if you have any questions around shipping, warehousing, depending on how your Shopify is set up. And try launching a gifting campaign as a test. See what kind of a response you are getting from creators. And then if you have any questions at all, any troubleshooting requirements, any help you need, we host an office hours session almost every Tuesday. We have the next one coming up on the 9th of June for an hour. Vish and I host this. You can join in, and we'll be able to answer any questions you have. We can go through your platform live and help you get set up.
Ash, we have so many more questions in the chat.
Okay,
Why don't we
easy.
have a look? So one question is, when gifting, are the influencers expected to make the content, or is this to their own discretion?
Yes. So when you gift through the platform, gifting is still obligation free. So it's up to the creators if they would like to publish content or not. You do have options to nudge them in the right direction, of course. You also have an option to get feedback from them, because that is also something so important for you as a brand. So you have a DM feature here. Actually, I missed this earlier. So any creator that you would like to work with, you have an option here to message them directly and reach out to them. So once you've sent them a gifting offer, if you're not getting a response back, feel free to DM them and nudge them. Ask them for feedback. Hi, I'd love to know what you think about the brand, about the product, and nudge them in the right direction. But yes, gifting through the platform does not 100% guarantee content coverage.
Thanks, Ash. We have one more. Do we have to put investment behind gifting campaigns, or can send on an exclusive CPA?
All right, so if I understand this correctly, there is no additional budget or cost you have to put into the gifting campaign because you're using the platform, which is free. you are essentially bearing the cost of the gifted products. And if the creators post content and shoppers purchase items using those links, they will still earn a commission as per normal, as they usually do, which is all trackable through your Avon affiliate tracking links. I hope that is helpful. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Ash. We have more questions. How much is the gifting campaign?
So again, the platform has no cost at all. This is all up to you in terms of the budget and the gifting budget that you are putting into the creators as an investment. So every brand has a different strategy to go about it, right? You can think about, I want to gift 10 creators every month for the next 3 months and then see how my program grows on LTK. Sometimes brands have a one-off seeding budget. It is really up to you how you want to manage it. But again, as I mentioned, consistency really helps. So if you start off with something like 10 to 15 creators for the next 6 months, you keep testing it out, I think that would be a pretty healthy place to start.
Awesome. We have more great questions, Ash. What recommendations do you have for brands with high AOV? Our AOV is $1,000, so we have to be more targeted with gifting jewelry products.
Yes, that's a great question. The beauty about the tool is that you can be as selective as possible, right? So you don't have to spray out gifting offers into the universe. You can actually find the right creators who are going to be suitable for you. When I showed you the section where you can save a creator list, you can also see a creator AOV pop up. What does that mean? If a creator is driving traffic or revenue for you at the moment, you'll be able to see what is the AOV they are driving. You want to be able to work with creators that typically operate with a higher AOV. So that is one metric that you can use to find the right creators. Other than that, there are a lot of metrics in there to help you find creators that are making content in the jewelry space. So you can actually search for jewelry or the specific type of jewelry that you offer and see which creators are mentioning content around that. Also, I think for a brand with a high AOV like you should start off by DMing creators, starting to build that relationship with them. And when you get a good response and a creator is pretty much interested in you in taking that further is when you give them a gifting offer. So again, you should definitely be very selective about it. And there are multiple ways for you to be able to do that. Okay.
Awesome. We have more questions. For example, what's the most important in terms of our profile to entice the creator to work with us?
So there are a bunch of different things. Obviously, your commission rate. As soon as you get started, they will be able to see what commission rate you're offering. So start off with a higher commission rate. You can go back to a default commission rate later if you'd like to. Make sure your bio, your logo, all of those details are updated, and you can actually do that in your brand settings under LTK profiles. You have an option here to update your cover image, your logo, your bio over here, connect your socials. So make sure your account is fully set up. And yes, I think gifting is the place to start. So you can really start getting your product out in front of creators. Anything you want to add to that, Vish?
I think you're doing
I think
great,
that's
Ash.
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a few more questions.
Yeah.
I think we can cover. If you are bootstrapping, would you start quality over quantity, but always gift? Can you get anything done without gifting?
So would definitely recommend quality over quantity, finding the right creators, starting small if you have to, keep testing, keep analyzing the data that you are getting on the platform to find the right creators that you can keep working with again and again. So yes, would definitely recommend quality. Can anything be done without gifting? That's again a good question. So I want to again take a step back and explain. So LTK is an open platform, right? We have thousands of brands and about 400,000 creators, all fighting for these creators' attention. It's up to the creator's discretion if, when, which brand they feature in their content. For you to get in front of them, gifting is the place to start. Other than that, you could obviously send them a DM, but there are a lot of brands that might be DMing, especially the top creators in a region. So that's why gifting is probably the lowest stake and easiest way for you to get your brand in front of a creator. Okay.
Amazing. We have more questions. What if a creator doesn't create any content or sales?
If a creator is not responding well, not creating content, probably not a good fit for you as a brand, and someone probably you could not reach out to in the future. You could obviously send them a DM, try to again ask for feedback. If you have gifted a creator and they're not producing content, I think you should definitely DM them and follow up. Hi, would love to know what were your thoughts on the product. Did you receive it in time? Did you have any comments or suggestions? It's a great place for you to get product feedback. But yes, that would be a good way to follow up with them, I would say.
Ooh, we have more questions, Ash.
Yeah.
Very busy chat. Can we see stats on number of conversions based on a creator post? Trying to get a sense of calculating ROI before committing to a gift.
Yes. So I'll show you the metrics that you can see for a gifting campaign when you set it up. Before you set up gifting though, you won't be able to see, you can see stats of creators and what are the conversion rates. So under leaderboard, before you even set up gifting, when you join and when creators start featuring you in the content, you will be able to see their conversion rates here. You'll be able to see the sales that they are driving for you, the average order value, traffic. For a gifting campaign, when you set it up in the platform, this is what you will see. So you will see your upper funnel as well as lower funnel metrics. You'll be able to see traffic and conversions here. So let's say creator A has posted something on Instagram. You'll be able to see that post here as well as the stats. So what is the traffic? What is the conversion rate for it? And you can also see that for each creator, just like this.
Amazing.
Okay, there's a question here. I just want to quickly pick it up, which is, should we worry about if a creator is representing a competitor? Is that always a good thing or does it vary? So again, this would depend on what is your strategy as a brand. Sometimes brands want to work with creators that are driving for a similar brand, for creating content in that space which is valuable to you, right? So you can definitely use this filter. If you do not want to work with those creators because you have a very strict competitor policy, which also a lot of brands do, you can select that brand here and you can exclude those creators. So that ensures that you are not working with a creator that is mentioning a competitor brand on social in the past 90 days. You can actually exclude them, which also hopefully is helpful.
Last couple questions. How are creators vetted before joining the platform? And I'm happy to take this if you want, Ash, or
Yeah, go
you
for
can
it.
go.
Yeah.
So we have a creator operations and success team that go through a number of stats that they look for creators before they join the LTK platform. Ash, do you want to share what are the stats? Can we share them or?
Yes, the metrics and guidelines are evolving on a daily basis. I believe the last one I saw was the creator should have minimum 5K followers, but then the team also looks at their suitability in terms of working with brands, linking products, what kind of content are they creating? Is it shoppable content? So there are a lot of guidelines which our creator success team looks at in terms of approving creators to the platform. So it's not that easy to get into LTK as a creator, which again makes a creator base very high quality. I just saw a question here. I know we are running out of time. Just want to quickly answer that, which is earlier we used to see, oh, I lost the question. Yeah, so when we first signed up, we had to launch a campaign and choose a region. It was different prices in the past. Yes, LTK did have an onboarding fee earlier. At the moment, we don't have that anymore. If you are live with a 10% commission rate and a 30-day cookie window, you have access to this platform and you can launch a gifting campaign for free. Okay, I think we are almost at time. Quickly gonna share the steps here again. You will obviously get this deck in your recap. So you will have all of these links here. Please have a look, take some time to digest, and send in your application so we can start onboarding and activating you to LTK. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to us. And I'm gonna hand this back to Emilia.
Oh, Ash, thank you so much. That was fantastic. And I think, and I hope really useful for everybody on the call. So, yeah, as I mentioned, the recording will be ready and we will share that with you. And early next week, you will receive a follow-up from us. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for joining. And all that's left for me to say is a really big thank you to Ash and Vish. Thank you so much. That was so useful.
Thanks for having us, Emilia. Have a
Thank
good day,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, Emilia.
Speak
Thanks everyone
soon.
for
Bye,
joining.
guys. Bye.